Absolutely not. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Let's go. We're going to switch this angle here. We're going to go on this one. Little fancy doohickey little phone holders. I love them. I live by them. Live by them. They're awesome. Especially when I'm at my desk area because it's so big that I could take a nap here. This is how I usually nap in my office. This is where I'm usually napping like this. Sometimes I nap like this. So my desk does multiple things, okay? It's also a napping place. Especially when I've been up since 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to work till afternoon. So it's like, even me drinking coffee sometimes does not wake me up. Anywho, I got dressed and I thought, yay, let's go live, even though I don't have really good internet right now. So if that acts up, I don't know what to do. Other than go with the flow, I guess. Anywho, what's going on, folks? On these YouTube streets, what's going on in this world? Oh, let's see. Oh my goodness, my lights all fell off the thing. I really want to fix that bullet hole. Big ass bullet hole. That's what happens when you live in the hood. You have a really good chance of your house getting shot up when you live in the hood. And unfortunately, it happened one time. It is rainy in Ohio. It's nasty. Welcome. I'm just going to wait for a few to come in. A few people to come in if anybody shows up before we get started. But, so it's just rainy in Ohio. It's not the nicest joint. It's raining. It's wet. I think all the snow has melted, which is okay with me. Just makes everything fucking muddy, though. Everything gets so muddy, though. I hate it. So I busted out the kid teenager book. Well, this is for, like, this book right here has all of my cases I've ever done on kids. There's been a lot of cases, and there's been a lot of cases that I wasn't able to get, like the Winter Cole case, the baby Cleveland cases. Like, these are the, like, what got me in here. And I was looking at this, I was looking at my adult book one too, and I thought, oh my gosh, this thing's almost filled, and it's sad. There's the baby in Ohio that's in this book. There's the mom that left her baby, and I tried to get, the one that really touched me was the one out of Detroit. That one was Winter Cole Smith. She was, I do believe, 2 years old. They're all tagged, and I tried to make it, like, with some stickers. I tried to put some of my feelings into it, especially when I'm writing all this. There's so many kids, there's so many cases in this book, and today I added another one, but this involves 2 teenagers, guys. Not that far from me. I mean, I think Chicago's maybe 5 hours, 6 hours. Chicago is not that far from where I'm at. So, it's just sad that I had to add 2 teenagers unalived were shot and killed. I'm not monetized, by the way, guys, so I guess I'm okay with saying those kind of words. I do have a couple clips I do want to show you, but just to give you guys the gist of it is 2 teenagers at school. Now, this happened in a charter school. So it does say in one of the clips, it says 2 charter students were killed. There was an innocent lady who also, she was fine. Nothing serious, but one of the bullets did graze her jacket. The Chicago police are they don't have any suspects in this case. All they know, I know it said that the police are examining. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for stopping in, babes. I appreciate you. Um, so Chicago police are examining in surveillance. They're doing all they're checking all the surveillance tapes. They know it was two vehicles. Um, it says looking for dark colored sedan and an SUV in the connection of it. So these in one of the clips it says there, I do believe there were 6 students coming out of the school. These two cars pull up and just start shooting. Another witness says all he heard was boom, 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 boom. Sounded like fireworks. So about 10 to 15 shots were fired. So this happened at 12:25. And it was a masked gunman. Whatever, right here. The school's name was Intervocation or Interv. I wrote it down, but my ink smeared. I do have the clips for you. But it's just sad. Like I know. But what do you want to tell you guys? Let me find it because. I know I tried to get documents like from certain ones. Oh, see, look, here's my Cleveland. I have an account in Cleveland Records, Michigan. Michigan is a very, very firm on giving out any documents or anything that's going on with case-wise. But Cleveland, I have had, prosecutors reach out to me. Just letting me know that I even talked to somebody even once. It was really cool when I first started out. Like when I first started, it was awesome. Like I was here every day faithfully. I have notebooks filled up with cases. Um, it gets a lot to run on your toll on your mental health doing all these. But the Winter Cole Smith case, I just want to pull it up because we mentioned it. And oh my god, that Diamond girl. Oh my god, Diamond. Oh, you guys remember Diamond case? Oh my god. I was devastated when I couldn't get, because I think it's still going on right now. I don't think, maybe I can look that back up again. Diamond Cloudwell. She was, I do believe, we got Townsend. Townsend was another baby. Oh my god. There's my Winter Cole one. I took a lot of work on Winter Cole. But, first degree murder is for Diamond Caldwell. What she did was, did I rewrite Diamond Caldwell? Or did I put her? Because I remember there was one that I was going to work on, that I was going to fix. 16-month-old baby. That's the one with Crystal C. I looked up records on her. I remember looking up the FOA, the Cleveland, Ohio case. So Crystal was, she left the baby. So the baby died a very bad death. and suffered tremendous humble humiliable. Maybe I wrote humiliable. What did she do? What did I want to say? Crystal left her baby in the playpen. Yep, knew it, you fucking bitch. So Crystal C was the one who left her baby in the playpen. You guys remember hearing about that? Oh my god, isn't that just horrible? But the one out of Cleveland, there's been so many of them. But the one that really got me was this young girl, Diamond. Her boyfriend, and her nephew, or her cousin. And this one's out of Cleveland as well. My note here says... no, those are his charges, the cousin's charges. I remember, I went digging in this case, you guys, and I found this guy's record, the cousin, and I had to have birth dates, years. I had to, like, really search in the Cleveland records, but I got them. Like, I really, really liked digging and finding, like, you know, records and what they've done. I do believe the cousin has an extensive domestic violence, just very bad person, bad people should not have kids. 27-day-old baby, in the Cuyahoga County Jail. Michael Berry, he is the cousin or the boyfriend. Michael Berry, yep, he's the cousin. Donde Harris, Michael Eugene. Oh my god, I had to dig because I had to get their case numbers, which I wrote. CRR. Those are usually, case numbers usually start with a CR. Most of the time cases do have that. And all this stuff that took so much time. Oh, but why I got you guys here live, I do want to say, I'm really proud my criminal justice stuff has, you know, worked out, because I was able to solve the issue with the ticket. That day was very stressful, but her efforts in trying to get me fired was just mind-boggling that she really wanted me gone. Lisa hated my guts. I don't know for what, for all the reasons why she hated my guts, but she did. We used to be really close friends. We, you know, she would tell me things, and I would, you know, she would confide into me, and then all of a sudden to just go to work one day knowing that she was tormenting me was just, it wasn't good, because somebody with mental health shouldn't have to be tortured. But, so anywho, I'll tell you the story. Sunday, our regular customer came in, and she comes in usually with a stack of tickets. Pick 3, pick 4s, pick 5s. Meanwhile, I'm ringing out customers, so Lisa takes care of her because she likes when she comes in and play her ticket, she likes, I don't mind her going to other cashiers when it comes to the ticket thing, but she just likes, I don't know, maybe they're faster than I am when it comes to the ticket thing, because I am just cautious about it, because sometimes you can't cancel a ticket and then you have to pay for that ticket, and, you know, or sell that ticket. So I went to the other girl told me that customer had left some tickets. She was trying to take the tickets home to save them for the customer. So Lil at least tried to do right. But then she said Lisa got a hold of them and she took them. Well, there was that one new ticket that was in there and it hit for $100. And instead of Lisa bringing the ticket back to try to find the customer, she just took the ticket and cashed it in where we cash our checks at, which is this little store. And they do lotteries, cigarettes, purses, groceries, alcohol. They do it. They have it. They name it. You name it, they probably got it. So Lisa has been down to this store numerous times, talking really bad about me, Sue, Lil, the new Indian owners. And so one of the girls had told me some of the things that Lisa was saying about me. She was telling my business to them. So the girls don't like Lisa, basically. They tolerate her because it's their job. We cash our checks to them. My landlord owns that store. But so then, Lisa just was evil to me. And the girls knew that. I went in there one time and they gave me a heads up. They told me, hey, just watch your back. She's after you. Which I already knew she was after me. So she goes and takes the ticket there, which was her worst mistake. Knowing that them girls know me, she should have thought that went through, and she didn't. So, me going to school, doing criminal justice for 4 years of my freaking life. I have a degree in I don't think it's up here. It's downstairs. My hubby has it displayed on the end table. Anywho, so she takes a ticket to Alan Variety, who then tells me I go cash my check on Tuesday. Now, mind you, Sunday's when the tickets got left. Okay. Tuesday is when we got our checks. She waits till Tuesday to take the ticket in, and she cashes it for $100. She tells the girls that the tickets were just. She told the girls that the customer left them, and she found them. Now, the girls right then and there knew if a customer left them, and she don't play those tickets. So anywho, she then cashes it there. Well, I accidentally run into her on Tuesday when we were cashing our checks, and she was all trying to be nice to me, talk to me, and Lisa was trying to be so nice to me, and the girls were like, now why is she trying to be off, play the funk here, and try to be nice to you, knowing that, hello, she just did something shitty. So Val's telling me what Lisa was telling her about the ticket, and she said, yeah, some customer left it, she said, and it was free game, because customers always give them tickets all the time, not knowing that ticket was in there. No, I don't believe that. I believe in full fact that she knew that ticket from the ice cream driver. The lady whose ticket it was belonged to our local ice cream truck driver that goes around and plays that annoying ice cream song. And I just knew it was her. I had a gut feeling, you guys, that it was going to be her. I had a feeling, because I was asking everybody that I knew that was my regular customers. I was asking them, hey, what's your favorite pick 4 number? They didn't say 1024. So I didn't say the number until they had told me the number. And I ran into her at Family Dollar the other night. So she cashed the ticket in. Get to that. So we cashed the ticket in. She cashes it in. She waits. I cash my check. She goes out to her car. Me and the girls are just chit chatting, like, oh, how's she gonna be all two-faced, talking to me and shit, okay? I cash my check and I leave. Oh, before I leave, though, the girls gave me the ticket. They're like, here's the ticket. And I was like, shaking. And I'm like, you guys are trusting me to find out who this is? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, you guys want me to find out who did it? And I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I'll do it. Let me get this bitch out of here, because she's just tormenting the hell out of me. So I go back to Sonny. I tell Sonny about it. I explained to him. I said, I had to keep a ticket with me. I'm not giving it to you. You can look at the ticket. I explained it to Sonny and I explained it to Joe that day where I cashed my check. And I told him to go ask Lil about it. She was going to keep the tickets with her, but instead Lisa took them home. And so that night, Sonny, I knew she did it, but I had a funny feeling it was going to be my lady that drives the ice cream truck. So I'm at Family Dollar one night, and I just so happened to be almost done, and I look over, and it's her, and she's a tall woman. And I said, oh my God, I've been looking for you. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, I know, I left my ticket. I need to stop back in there. I haven't been in there. And she's like, I'm looking through my tickets. I know I'm missing one. And she said, I want to go back home and check to make sure. And I said, well, honey, your ticket was cashed in. It had hit for $100. And Lisa stole it. And I said, I have a ticket with me, but I'm shaking up right now. My anxiety is through the roof when I start shaking. So I was like, let me find it. I said, I work tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I'll be there. I'll meet you there. Well, somehow Tuesday, it was payday. I get there a little bit early. And sure as shit, when I get to that gas station, that lady was there. Now, mind you, they were already in there for like 20 minutes or so. I had pulled up, and I was waiting. I got out of the car because I knew it was her, and I was like, here's a ticket, because she had came back out heated and mad. She had came back out and was getting ready to drive off. I got out of the car, hurried up, gave her the ticket, and Lisa was in there. And Lisa just starts. I walk in, and I'm just icing on the cake. Like, I walk in, and Lisa and this lady is about to fight. Sonny and Joe have no idea what to fucking do. They're scared. They don't know what to do. Lisa about to fight with this woman. This woman's about to whoop Lisa's ass. And this woman is just cussing at Lisa, dogging her, doing the things that this woman basically didn't take Lisa's shit, give it back to her, and told her, that ticket wasn't yours. And even Sonny says that ticket wasn't her property, and that she shouldn't have took it, which is okay. But if we wasn't, Sonny's more mad as the fact is Lisa's selfish and greedy. What if we didn't find that customer? We didn't know who it was. It should have been splitted as a team, not just Lisa gets to take the whole damn thing. That's what he's upset about, because he knows we're all struggling for money, and Lisa's out here taking everybody's hours, doing all this shit, being greedy. So they're about to fight. I'm just wanting to get my check. I was told to go ahead and leave to come back to get my money, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait outside for a while. The lady did tell me she did get her money back. Lisa had to pay it out of her paycheck. He said I have to show her the camera footage of them seeing it on the 11th. That lady in her aisle. And she was made to pay it back, but Lisa tried to dog me underneath the bus. The lady had called Lisa. I guess the lady came in and said, she had no, I had nothing to do with this. I'm a sweetheart and trustworthy and honest and to leave me out of it. She had nothing to do with it. I got the ticket from the other store. I got it last night. So she tried to cover for me, but Lisa already knew I gave her the ticket. I'm sure they knew. But she comes flying over talking about the one lady said, you know what, you don't need no dope fiend working here for you on the east side, dope fiends, and she's one of them. And then Lisa comes around the corner and tries to throw up my addiction past, and I'm like, no, listen here, bitch. I'm good. Like, try to fucking throw me underneath the bus. What the fuck? And so I leave. The lady comes out with me, and she kind of fills me in that, she got her $100, and I wasn't expecting a tip, but I went through all this work, and yeah, I'm sure I want to say she said thank you to me, but then I'm not really 100% sure. I know she wanted to show Sunny the ticket, saying that, because I don't think Sunny believed her, that she was the one, and she came back in, and then me just showing her the ticket just kind of validated it and stuff, but it's just the fact that I went through all that work. And then the kicker part is, guess what, guys? So, Sunny did attempt to try to question her the night that she worked after I had told him about the ticket. That's when she walked out and quit. Okay, I didn't mind to tell you that part. When Sunny went to go question her about the ticket, that bitch walked out, closed her door down, and told Sunny some awful things, and said, "If you don't move out of my way, I'm gonna move you out of my way." But that lady sure did put her in a new asshole, ripped her a new asshole. So maybe she'll start to be a better person and not treat others like that. But the dumb asked for her job back again, and I'm like, Sunny, please tell me you said no. Please tell me we did not just hire a new cashier to have... No, absolutely not. I was like, please do not tell me you're hiring her back after she stole from a customer? We just got her out of here. She says, no. She's not coming back. This Indian accent they have. It's cute. Their little Indian accent is very cute. And then when him and Joe start talking, oh my god, you guys. I'm trying to listen to these two like, what the hell are they saying in India? Like, I want to know what the hell they're saying, because they're... One minute they're really cute, and the next minute they're like flaring, like it's louder, and I'm just like, what the hell? Are you guys fighting now? And like, the neighbor that lives next to them told me they fight all the time, and I'm like, really? I figure she'd be I know she makes Instagram videos. She has an Instagram, and she's super cute. And she wears her little outfits and stuff. Oh my god, she's really cute. But sometimes they just amaze me how fast they are, Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry. I just wanted to really get that story out there. It kind of makes me feel good that I solved a crime of Lisa being a undecent human ever. And I don't think she's ever been a decent human in her life. Her kids, the way she talks to her kids, no. So, let's get into this. I'm so sorry I kept you guys. Anyways, let's go. So, we have two So it was in the middle of the day. This happened in the middle of the day, about 12:25 on Friday. So school was just, I think school was letting out, and the sixth group of kids came out. Hi, welcome. We're just getting ready to go over a case that happened. Hi, I'm from India. Well, hi, welcome. My owners are from India. They're sweet, lovely people. Um, they consider me as family, and I'm so honored. I love them both. Um, I feel bad though because I've been calling my one her real name is Jill, Joelle, maybe it's Joelle, Jill. But we're supposed to call her Joe, but the way she spells it is Jyo or something like that. I don't know. I love the name though. Very sweet couple. You guys are always usually very sweet and wonderful. Well, thank you. I'm a true crime channel. We do a lot here. We do a lot of true crime in my area. We do true crime in other areas. We do a lot of DV stories, domestic violence. Um, we do a lot of cases on that. We do a lot of kid stuff, horrible stuff. Um, so we go over basically what we try to stay away from theorizing too much. I don't like to do that as much, but sometimes it's hardly impossible not to. I don't want to be that channel that fucks up the media and interferes with cases. I don't want to be that. No, 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 no. We like facts, the truth. Now, I do know the cops do say they do not know what the motive was here. Um, so this is involving two teens. We got two teens shot and killed. One is a 16-year-old and one is 17. The 17-year-old was just shy of being 18 in a couple of weeks, and his life was taken. I do have a clip I'm going to pull up for you in just a moment. To Chicago, and this happened in Chicago. Two Chicago high school students shot and killed. 17-year-old Monterio Williams and a 16-year-old Robert Boston. These two boys have lost their life for no reason. This happened near Madison Street and Walbush Avenue. According to a witness, a masked gunman fired from two passing vehicles. Police are looking for a dark colored sedan, and SUV in the connection. Chicago police are also doing their examining of surveillance of the area. They're trying to get as much traffic and of camera footage of where it happened at. Unfortunately, I do know one of the teens was shot in I do believe, the hip. Both teens did not make it. And just so happened, one of those bullets did graze and hit a lady's coat. So she was fine. No wounds or anything with her. But one of the bullets did ricochet. And it's crazy how it could ricochet like that. And then the coat. So it went in the coat. That's what the clips have said. So it's sad that these kids were 16 and 17, and one of the kids' birthday was about to happen in a couple weeks. It's just the gun violence, guys. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what needs to change. I don't know I think it was a family member or somebody said behind the gun there's two bodies. Let me just go ahead and pull up the clip for you guys. So, I do have it saved. I do want you guys to really get to listen to that. So let me just go ahead and pull this up. Two teen boys were shot and killed. Let me make sure that's the right one we want to go to. Really quick. Really quick. I think I sent it. Okay, here's the clip, guys. I'm also going to read the article. This is the one that I liked reading. Oh no, please don't do that. Hi, Ashley. Hi, thank you for stopping in. How are you? Thank you. We are a true crime channel. Welcome to Truth Seeker. Thank you for being here. We are going over a Chicago case. So let's hopefully this will play like I want it to. So yep, so about 12:25 p.m. Police said a vehicle had pulled up and someone inside the car fired shots. Two juveniles, ages 16 and 17, were struck, and both were taken to the hospital and in critical condition and later died, police said. Police said they believed the shooting was an isolated incident. Whatever isolated means. Does anybody know what isolated means? I don't know what that means. So we're going to remove. And we are going to remove. Okay. Don't say that, 'cause I don't know who you are. So, let's not get in our feelings here, okay? I don't know you. And I have a husband. Thank you. Carry on now. Anywho, let's see if we can get this to play.
Motive for this shooting. Cook County's medical examiner identifies the students as 16-year-old
Don't start.
Robert Boston and 17-year-old Montario Williams, who is just 2 weeks shy of his
18th birthday, guys.
birthday.
Shots fired while gas in Madison and passing.
Come on. I'm gonna try to start it over too. My internet wants to act weird. Come on.
16-year-old Robert Boston and 17-year-old Montario Williams, who is just 2 weeks shy of his 18th birthday.
Shots fired while gas in Madison and passing. Impact be heard 7 shots.
It happened at about 12:30 Friday afternoon. Police say Boston and Williams were with a group of Innovations High School students. They had just left the charter school on North State. Police say a dark-colored sedan and an SUV pulled up. Several people wearing masks got out of the vehicles and started shooting.
You're funny.
Both boys were shot in died at Northwestern Memorial Hospital.
Something like a firecracker, like a 10-15 shot. Honestly, I don't know. Right now, my head going so heavy. I can't even talk. I can't even go. I want to go home. I don't take the car to go home because my head is too heavy.
We have not yet heard from the school for comment, but Mayor Brandon Johnson did release a statement that says, in part, I extend my deepest condolences to their families and the Innovations High School community as they grapple with unimaginable pain and trauma caused by this senseless act of violence. No suspects are in custody, and police have not revealed just how many suspects they are seeking in this fatal shooting in the Loop Beauty Way.
Pink Fan, are you here? Oh my god, I missed you, Pink Fan. Thank you so much, babes. Oh my god, I've missed you, girl. Man, I've missed you. So there was that clip. I'm gonna try to pull up this other one. Thank you so much. Thank God you're here. I've been getting trolled big time. I've been getting trolled big time. Alright, so let me do...
Developing tonight, we are learning more about 2 high school students shot and killed in the Loop this afternoon.
Courtney Spinelli joining
Come on.
us live with the very latest on this. Courtney?
Pat and Micah, good evening.
Come on. You're doing so good.
Right now, the windows shattered by bullets where this shooting all happened early this afternoon have been...
They said a lot of shots, like 10 to 15.
New Atlanta man is facing up to 90 years in prison for sexually assaulting.
boarded up. A reminder of the shooting that claimed the lives of 17-year-old Montario Williams and 16-year-old...
We got to remember those names. We got to remember Robert and Montario Williams. This is bullcrap.
Robert Boston.
See if it'll play so you guys can see.
Dispatch audio detailing the moments after 2 teenage boys were gunned down in an ambush-style attack Friday afternoon.
Several individuals exited 2 vehicles, approached the group and fired.
Approached the group and fired.
Multiple times.
Deputy Chief John Hine with CPD's Central Control Group says multiple suspects got
Multiple. So we're dealing with...
out of a dark-colored sedan and an SUV, opening fire on the victims. 16-year-old Robert Boston was shot in the chest. 17-year-old Montario Williams hit in the hip and chest. Both
Hip
taken
and
to
chest.
a
I knew it said hip.
Something like a firecracker, like a 10-15 shot.
Local shopkeeper Mohammed Ashik describes diving for cover as bullets were flying, witnessing the aftermath, an emotional scene unfolding right in front of him.
Everybody, right and left, over there had the people crying, kids crying,
All of this happening near Innovations High School, where the 2 boys were students. Crisis responder Andrew Holmes speaking with the boys' families Friday night.
The 16-year-old just had a smile, and he kept a smile. The 17-year-old, he was just trying to work hard to just go into the trade business.
Holmes furious, like many other community members, about the brazen events that unfolded. He says one of those boys would be celebrating a birthday in just weeks.
We have no right to take another person's life.
No right.
No, this is a brutal way. This is cold-blooded murder.
Mayor Brandon Johnson
Cold-blooded murder. Why do I have that song in my head? Murder, she wrote.
High school community as they grapple with unimaginable pain and trauma caused by this senseless act of violence.
This stars that weapon on the other end of that weapon is a body. And it happened to be 2 teenagers.
Holmes and police calling on anyone with information to come forward.
At this time, we believe it to be an isolated incident. Wherever the tragedy like this strikes in the city, it's heartbreaking for the families and everybody affected by it. It's a tragedy no matter where it happens.
Now, a woman walking by was also grazed by a bullet in her jacket, but police say she didn't need any medical attention. A very close call there this afternoon. Now, no arrests have been announced as of tonight, and CPD did not confirm how many shooters they do believe to be involved, only saying that they know it was multiple. Reporting live in the Loop, Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
So we got multiple shooters in this one, you guys. They got out of the SUVs, and there was two SUVs, two of them passing, and they just randomly start shooting. And like I said, the cops do not know a motive yet. Oh my god, thank you, Pink Fan. I don't know why I'm getting a bunch of trolls, but let me say this again. We are the Truth Seeker. We are a true crime channel. I am 38 years old. There's older people out here that's doing YouTube. So, come again. Miss me with that shit. And, we don't do this nonsense of trolls. I know I'm gonna get that, but we don't do that here. We're a true crime channel. We do DV. We do all kinds of things here. We don't do hate. We don't tolerate bullies. We don't do any of that. And my mods will take you out. If I don't, they will. They know what. I don't want I love yous, unless it's from my girls, or my hubby, or my mom, my dad, that kind of stuff. So one of the witnesses did say the attack left several people in the area stunned. Witness Muhammad, why? That's a common name for my doctor's old doctor was Muhammad. Then I know a Dr. McBoob. Wow. So, Dr. Ahmed's what I called him. And my old boss was Ahmed. That's crazy. So, the attack left several people in the area stunned. Witnesses from Muhammad Akwish said shooting sounded like a firecracker. Most of the gunshots do kind of sound like firecracker. He did state it was like 10 to 15 shots. He said it was like boom, boom, boom. Read more from the latest Chicago news. Should I play the other one? See if it'll play. Because that's sad.
Breaking news, gunfire in the Loop in the middle of the day, leaving two high school students dead and police looking for suspects. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Bradley.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte. WGN's Julian Cruz is live on the scene in the Loop with more.
Lourdes and Ben, two Chicago charter school students, ages 16 and 17 years of age respectively, rushed to Northwestern Memorial
Respectively.
Hospital.
What the hell?
They were pronounced dead after a brutal drive-by attack near Washington and Wabash.
Approximately 12:25 today, several students were exiting the Innovations High School when two cars pulled up and a group of individuals exited said vehicles, fired multiple times, striking two of the teenage students.
The shots fired by masked gunmen, police say, fired from two passing vehicles, a dark-colored sedan and an SUV. The suspects quickly vacating the scene as Chicago police arrived, performing CPR on the two victims, who later succumbed to their injuries at Northwestern.
Oh, shit.
The brazen attack leaving...
Oops. My bad.
People stunned.
Something like a firecracker, like a 10-15 shot.
Nearby shopkeeper Mohammed Asik diving for cover with bullets flying in all directions, he says, lifting his head up to see the terrible aftermath and the victim's friends overcome with emotion.
And everybody looking right and left, over there has the people crying, kids crying,
Innovations High School at 17 North State is just about a block away from the shooting scene near Washington and Wabash, Chicago police examining extensive surveillance video, but no word at this hour of anybody in custody. In the loop, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
They gotta get a license plate. Let's hope to God they can get a license plate off of that. And, find out what's going on.
Breaking news, gunfire in the loop in the middle of the day, leaving 2 high school
Middle of the day.
students dead and police looking for suspects. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Bradley.
And I'm Florida Store.
I don't know where it's playing at. Oh, it's down here playing. Okay. So, we have this one up here, which I think we already did. Hi, how are you? Thank you, I'm good. I'm dealing with a bunch of trolls right now, and I'm just trying to go over a true crime,
I know things are.
But hi, thank you for stopping in. We are going over a case out of Chicago, just to give everybody a quick recap for who's coming in. This did happen in Chicago, and it involves 2 high school students viciously attacked, gunned down, and it's just, there's no reason for it. At least that's what we've been told. I don't want to speculate anything. These boys, are 16 and 17. And it was 2 passing vehicles that started firing. One of the bullets did ricochet into a lady's jacket. However, she is fine. She has no medical attention was needed. Thank God. But 2 other children had to die. For what we don't know. According to witnesses, the masked gunman fired shots. 2 passing vehicles. Police are searching for, again, a dark colored sedan and an SUV in the connection with a deadly shooting. So, police are examining the footage around the area and stuff. The slain teens were students at Innovations High School. The Cook County Medical Examiner officials identified the victims. Let's remember these boys. My heart goes out to the family. This happened on Friday. I always say people just we get weapons in the wrong hand. I know we need weapons. We should be able to defend ourselves when in need. However, I just don't know why all of these kids are being murdered. And the gun violence is just unreal. Like, how in the world are we supposed to live in a place where we have this? Every day, there's a school shooting, there's... What the fudge, sickle, you guys? Like, every day, our kids are being thrown into harm's way every day. We got, 3 people dead in the backyard. Like, I know my neighbors very well. I can look out and see this guy's front yard. I can't see his backyard, but my neighbor's yard, I would notice if I had my friends dead, And I think that guy's a mad scientist. He was doing something and the guys discovered it. I mean, there's many theories we can go over in that. They're older. I just don't like to theorize on little kids and stuff, teenagers. But older cases that have older people, I don't mind doing a little bit of theorizing and coming up with different, hypotheticals and things like that. So, just not when it comes to a little kid, or teenagers. These boys their lives were taken, and there's no motive. The cop said they don't know the motive of why. They don't even know if they're going to be able to get the footage. What if they didn't get a license plate? Or, what if they didn't get a license plate? And I'm hoping we do. We need justice. These teenagers had to die a very wrongful, horrible death. Okay? And I'm amazed that we only have 2. There was a group of them walking out, you guys. There was a group of them walking out, which could have shot so many. And there's nothing latest on this. And so it makes me wonder. Oh, by the way, this is from Chicago's very own WGN9, guys. Educational purposes, I reviewed those clips. Are from The Loop. And my disclaimer is this is educational for purposes. Blah, blah, blah. I do want to say thanks for everybody that's been here. My trolls as well, even though a couple of you got out of line. Pink fan, I don't know. It's not showing it, but I love you, girl. Maybe my chat's broke. So, again, says copyright of 2024 Media Inc. All reserved material may not be published or broadcasted, rewritten, or redistributed. Uh-oh. Well, copy disclaimer, educational purpose. I did talk over it too, I hope so. Oh God, you guys. But I'm not monetized. But WGN9, guys. I'm going to have to try to put the link in. My mother. Let's see. So, what are we going to do about this? What can we do, guys? Like, there is just too much happening. Let me pull up the one I have on YouTube once. Let me see. Oh, this is the one. Well, this one's from Fox. No, this one's from... Yeah, this one's from Fox 32 Chicago.
The Chicago Police Department to the 2 families that were touched by the senseless act of violence today. Approximately 12:25 today, several students were exiting the Innovations High School when 2 cars pulled up and a group of individuals exited said vehicles, fired multiple times, striking 2 of the teenage students of Innovations High School. These individuals were taken to Northwestern Hospital where they succumbed to their injuries. So we'd like to actually say again that our thoughts and prayers are with the families of these 2 students. We're asking the public, it's very early in the investigation, but if anybody has any information,
please come
we ask
forward.
them to call Area 3 Detective Division at 312-744-8261. can also be reached in email at tipcpd.com.
There you go, guys. Make sure everybody's from Chicago.
It appears that, oh wait, 1 second, the train goes by. So at this time, it appears that a group of approximately 6 students were exiting, and there's no confrontation. Like I said, several individuals exited 2 vehicles, approached the group, and fired multiple times. At this time, it's still very early in the investigation, and just several individuals exited those vehicles where the gunfire erupted. There was an individual, a woman that was walking by. Her jacket was grazed. No medical treatment was sought, and she's talking with the area detectives right now. She was not a student, no. Yes. 17 years old and 16. Right. Well, at this time, we believe it to be an isolated incident. You know, wherever the tragedy like this strikes in the city, it's heartbreaking for the families and everybody affected by it. It's a tragedy that happens. But down here, as the students were exiting, we believe it to, like I said, an isolated incident, and that there's no danger in the area continuing. Yeah, so we believe one to be a dark-colored sedan and an SUV.
SUV, guys, and a sedan.
I think it's just out of precaution, and everybody actually. At this time, no one's in custody at this time. You know, as the individuals committed this horrible act, you know, the day accident, they went southbound on Wabash, but it's all we have. It's very early in the investigation, and as all that information bears out, the detective division will update that information coming.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming.
So, there we have it, guys. Wow. That is a lot, you know. And to undo that was a little too tight. I was starting to get an instant headache. So, what do you guys think? What do you think? Are we going to be able to, hopefully the cops can find that fucking piece of shits that decided they were going to take lives of 2 teenagers. My hearts and prayers thoughts go out. Again, you guys, District 3, I do believe he said. And you can email too. It's sad. These kids did not deserve this. And we don't know the motive because they didn't say those kids were involved in anything. They didn't say nothing like that. Which means Chicago just was. I mean, everywhere you go, you got gun violence everywhere. But it's just like, how does this keep repeating? How do we keep repeating the same shit every day? Every day there's kids being abused, thrown out to harm's way. You got parents that shouldn't be parenting. You got your average violence everywhere, you know? Yes, and then you do have your bad kids that are going out here, you know, destroying property, doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing. You know, kids do the darndest things, you know. And there's a lot of teenagers out here that, and even younger kids, they don't have good parenting. So when you don't have good parenting, you're going to go to the streets. You're going to find, you know, and there's nothing to it. There's no, It's crazy that Chicago's got a bunch of murders.
Charges have been filed against a man accused of shooting his
Listen
wife
to
and
this.
3 daughters.
Dane Flacco's in the courtroom
Oh
today
my
as prosecutors
God.
laid out their case. Dane?
This was
The
3 days
prosecutors
ago.
revealed a number of chilling new details about the murder spree in Tinley Park on Sunday, including what the suspect said to police when they arrived at his front door.
The officer asked the defendant who else was there, and the defendant stated, quote, "They're gone," unquote. Quote, "Everything is okay," unquote.
Oh my God.
63-year-old.
You guys have to look at this monster. I just discovered this from Chicago. Oh my God. Tiny Park murders. Look at this guy. Somebody will get him in prison. I hope somebody gets him in prison. Listen to what the cop said. Listen.
Appeared in bond court this afternoon, showed no emotion as the prosecutor read a lengthy description of the horrific murders Kasem allegedly committed against his own family on Sunday. Kasem's now facing 4 counts of first-degree murder for allegedly killing his wife and 3 adult daughters following an argument in the basement of that home. Prosecutors revealed that 17 shots were fired from 2 separate guns. His wife was shot 7 times. They also revealed that the couple's 19-year-old son was in the house at the time. He woke up to hear his parents and sisters arguing, went downstairs, and witnessed the shootings.
Oh my
They say
God.
Kasem made several statements that were recorded by police body cameras and the squad car's camera, in which he talked about why he opened fire on his own family.
The defendant was recorded volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years," unquote. And, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home, and they treat me like a dog," unquote.
Kasem was ordered held here at, going to be taken into custody by Cook County Sheriffs. He will appear in court again sometime next month. Meanwhile, his 3 daughters and wife were buried in a ceremony earlier today. Live in Bridgeview, Dane Flacco, Fox
That
32,
is
Chicago.
fucking sickening. That is just downright. He did what to his family? And oh my God, there's so much shit happening, Fox 32. Let's see if we can watch this one.
Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan from United Healthcare is the right plan for your life plans. Medicare Supplement plans put your priorities first, providing consistent coverage, choice of providers who accept Medicare, help protecting you from unexpected out-of-pocket costs, and more of what matters most. Members of AARP Medicare Supplement plans recognize the value by staying with their plan. AARP.
Stupid ad.
When the officer directed other responding officers to check the basement, the defendant stated, quote, "They're all gone."
Dramatic new details revealed by prosecutors today as they file murder charges against the Tinley Park man accused of shooting his wife and 3 daughters.
Dane Flacco reports on Meyer Kasem's bizarre explanation for the
This
murder of his
is
family.
fucking nuts, guys.
The defendant called 911 dispatch for the Tinley Park Police Department and reported that his wife had been shot.
Prosecutors read a lengthy and bone-chilling description of the murders in court, but 63-year-old Maher Kasem showed no emotion as he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder for executing his wife and 3 adult daughters. They revealed the couple's 19-year-old son was also in the house and woke up Sunday morning to hear his parents and sisters arguing in the basement downstairs.
He heard the continuing argument between the defendant and the
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. I live in
They say Kasem used 2 guns.
This is out of
to fire a
Chicago.
total of
I live in
17 shots
Toledo,
in a matter of
so
seconds. His wife,
I'm in Ohio.
59-year-old Maheda, was shot 7 times. His 25-year-old
Oh my!
twin daughters, Halema and Zayd.
Oh my God, they're beautiful. Oh my God, you guys, look! I just dropped my cap. Those were the daughters. Twins. Let's back this train up again.
Continuing
So you
argument
guys
between
can
the
see it.
defendant and the victims, and that witness one heard gunshots.
They say Kasem used 2 guns to fire a total of 17 shots in a matter of seconds.
Oh my
His wife,
God.
59-year-old Maheda, was shot 7 times. His 25-year-old twin daughters, Halema and Zahia, and 24-year-old daughter, Hanan, were also shot multiple times. When police arrived at the family's home,
The officer asked the defendant who else was there, and the defendant stated, quote, "They're gone."
with police body cams rolling, prosecutors say Kasem offered a twisted explanation for killing his family.
The defendant was recorded volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years," unquote. And, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home.
Oh my God.
They treat me like a dog," unquote.
Kasem's public defender asked for him to be released on home
What?
monitoring, but the judge ordered him held behind bars, calling Kasem, quote, "a real and present threat to the safety of the community." He'll be back in court on February 16th. In Bridgeview, Dave Placco, Fox
Oh
32
my
Chicago.
God. Oh my God, he had the nerve. That motherfucker. Did we just hear that right? Did we just hear that right? He asked to be let out on bond on a house monitor that he could just cut off and run? I think not. Like, I don't know what to say. Chicago's pretty evil. That was in Chicago. He wiped out his whole family. He wiped out. Same me too. Like, that's not normal. No. No, it's not. Oh, we got witnesses. Okay.
Finally, I found a bra that's well-made with older women in mind.
I'm old, so I need it. I'm just kidding. Some bitch told me I was too old for freaking YouTube. That's hilarious. That cracked me up. Like,
Definitely
really? That's all you got?
in the news, and we have yet another tragedy to report tonight in the southwest suburbs, this time in Tinley Park.
The community is
Suburbs.
mourning the loss of a mother and her 3 adult daughters. Police say they were killed in a domestic incident. Officers found the 4 members of the Kasem family shot to death inside their home Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Listen to this.
Investigators took one man into custody, but are not revealing his relationship to the women.
Developing tonight, our Tremont Terry learned someone else
We already
witnessed the
know.
murders. Tremont's live now with new information for us tonight. Tremont.
Joe and Erica, sources confirmed a second person was inside the home when those shots went off, killing those 4 women. Now, for the sake of this investigation, we are not revealing that person's relationship to the victims, but this person will be key in getting charges against the person and man police have in custody tonight. All is quiet now on this block. The police tape is down, and a single light shines inside, casting a silhouette of a makeshift memorial.
Aww.
The flowers, gestures from those who knew the 4 murdered women.
feels honestly very unreal. It gives me chills.
The January wind gust isn't what's leaving her shaken. Instead, Samaya Kwasmaya can't imagine how her friend Halima's twin Zahaya, sister Hanan, and mother Mahida were killed.
I just can't believe something so terrible happened inside those walls.
Tinley Park police received a
Oh my God, you
from inside
guys.
the house. The caller told dispatchers to come. By the time cops arrived, they discovered a gruesome scene. The 53-year-old mother and her adult daughters were all shot dead in the home they lived in.
I keep imagining what she was doing, like moments before she was taken.
Our sources confirmed someone not believed to be the gunman was also at the house when cops arrived. This person heard the shots and likely witnessed some portion of this quadruple murder. Sources say this person knows the man police have in custody, but they're working to figure out what, if any, involvement this witness had in the crime. The person was not injured nor shot at by the shooter, leaving Tinley Park detectives to question what led the shooter to kill the women and leave the witness unharmed.
Right.
Police say there's no threat and this was domestic.
We're working very closely with the state's attorney, and we're making sure that we have all the information as specific as we can so they can make an accurate charging decision.
Now, we know the victims were shot multiple times. The 4 women were found
So
in the
sad.
same room of the house. Charges could come as early as tomorrow for the man police have in custody. Reporting live in Tinley Park tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS 2 News. Jermont,
Shout
thank
out
you.
to the news. Breaking news, you guys. Shout out to them. Ooh, this one's 22 minutes long. Shout out to news. Reacting to it.
Good morning.
Educational
My name is Pat Carr.
purpose.
I'm the village manager of Tinley Park. I would first like to say that our prayers go out to the family and the community
This was 4 days
on
ago.
this lethal act of domestic violence against women.
See, why is nobody talking about this? We need more. Domestic violence. Okay, this is going to touch on domestic violence. I know we have a lot of people that's been through that. I've been through that. It's not a fun thing to go through. Definitely not right or good behavior. Like, I would never knew that if you never have showed me. Oh my God, I know. I'm sorry. This is true crime, and it happens everywhere, and it's not talked about very often. It's just swept underneath the rug, and I did domestic violence. I was abused for many. Why I stuck by was because there was kids involved. Not mine, my cousins, but anyways. It's not talked about hardly ever. I'm going to put some primer on while we listen to this, okay? And, this is on live news. No, this happened 4 days ago. We were doing the case out of Chicago, but then I found Chicago's website or news. It's from the news channel, so I will have to probably go do some links, but this is crazy. This is freaking bizarre. Okay, let's listen.
Here with me today are Mayor Michael Glotz, Chief Tom Tilton, Emergency Management 911 Director Lisa Cordum, Fire Chief Steve Klotz, Pam Kostecki, Executive Director of the Crisis Center of South Suburbia, and Miss Idadel Shalabi
And
of
this
Arab
happened?
American Family Services.
This happened in
This is our team. A team that is
a
committed to
quiet
help prevent
suburbs.
domestic violence against women in the village of Tinley Park. I will now provide a few updates to the ongoing investigation. I will then turn this over to Mayor Glotz for his comments, and we'll circle back with Chief Tilton for any police-related questions. To recap yesterday's events, the initial 911 call came into our dispatch center approximately 11:20 of a person shot. Police officers along with our fire EMS responded to the scene. Upon arriving at the scene within minutes,
It probably
police
was
officers discovered the
gruesome.
bodies of 4 adult females with fatal gunshot
Gruesome.
wounds. Officers immediately took the individual into custody and secured the scene. This incident was isolated to the home, and there were no threat to the public. As previously mentioned, the victims are Mahida Kasim, 53, Helena Kasim, 25, Zahia Kasim, 25, Hanan Kasim, 25. A male subject was taken into custody at the scene without incident. This was a very traumatic
Makes me
scene for
mad.
everybody involved, and our focus is on the family and our first responders. Our public safety team has
God,
extensive
I'm first
experience with crisis
responders to have to
intervention,
witness that,
along with peer
and
support for
nobody's
our first
talking about this.
responders
Nobody
for the
is on
betterment
here.
of their mental
Oh my
health.
God, thank you, Pink
At
Fans, for
this time,
grabbing
I'd like
that
to
for
turn
me. Oh
this
my
over
God,
to
I
Mayor
love you.
Glatz.
Nobody's talking about
Thank you,
this.
Pat.
I have not seen not one
Words can't
YouTuber
describe
talk
how deeply
about
saddened
this.
I
It's
am at this
all
horrible tragedy. A
because
mother
they
and her
don't know
three
about it.
daughters
That's
are
why I'm
gone.
here.
Murdered in an act of senseless domestic violence. The entire Tinley Park community is heartbroken at the loss.
This
of
happened
these
in a
four
trailer
innocent
park
women,
community.
and we grieve alongside the family, friends, and neighbors who love them. I want to commend our first responders who handled this
Hi,
very
Deb.
difficult situation
There's
with
my Pink fan.
professionalism
I love you,
and
Pink fan.
compassion.
Non-profit, interfering,
It's difficult to
education
process
on
a senseless
purpose.
tragedy
I
like
gotta say
this,
that.
especially
Committed
for the
for
first
copyright
responders who are
statues.
called on to deal with this situation as it's all unfolding. It's more important than ever that they have the mental health care that they need to process and deal with the terrible things that they have to see in their
Line of work. Oh my God, my heart goes out to the responders too, because this guy's saying they're gonna need extensive stuff, you guys, for their mental health. They just witnessed a gruesome scene. I couldn't imagine. Hi, Tuesday. Hi, babes. How we doing? Oh my God, it's so good to see all you ladies. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. I had a bunch of trolls earlier.
This is a difficult day and a stark reminder of how quickly domestic violence can escalate. The mother and her daughters are in our hearts and prayers. Thank you. Pat?
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like to introduce Chief Tom Tilton for any police-related questions.
Good morning, everyone. I'll just say real briefly that this is, we're in the middle of a very complex investigation. We want to make sure that we dot all our I's and cross all our T's. So it's going to be very difficult for us to confirm any specifics for you today because we don't want to say anything that's going to negatively impact the investigation.
You better nail him.
One thing I do want to do is thank Sheriff Dart for his personnel that came out and helped our team process the crime scene. Very grateful for those resources. Several other agencies provided resources, and we're grateful for that as well. But we're very encouraged by the response of our police department, our fire department, and our emergency response community, and the efficiency and the thoroughness that our investigators have put into this investigation as it's ongoing.
Yeah, they've had to endure a lot.
Well, once again, we don't want to be specific about any of the crime scene information. Once again, we're working very closely with the state's attorney, and we're making sure
This
that
is an
we have all
interview,
the
guys, a
information
press
specific as we
conference.
can so they can make an accurate charging decision. So we don't want to impact that. The suspect was found approximately in relation to the victims. We're not able to confirm that right now as to who called that one. We have a suspect in custody, and that's all I can really say.
So do we not know if he's the father or not? Maybe he's not the
All I'll say
dad?
about that is that we arrived on scene very quickly, within approximately 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and he was taken into custody without incident in about 1 minute and 20 seconds thereafter. So it was a very fast response, and I'd like to commend our fire personnel and our ambulance personnel as well, because they were there almost simultaneously. So we were prepared to intervene and render aid immediately. Yes. I'm sorry? No, there's no record of any police interaction with that house at all. I'm sorry.
Wow.
No. I'm not aware that there's one. Let me just correct that. I don't want to. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I don't want to confirm that. I'm sorry? Yes.
One suspect, or are you looking for more suspects?
We have one suspect in custody. I don't want to go any further with the investigative details.
Is the public at risk?
The public is not at risk. We made that very clear immediately after we intervened in the situation. We're not going to confirm it was a family member or it was a father at all. We're not confirming that pending the charging decision or any investigative activity.
What makes it domestic violence if it's not?
Well, like you say, that's a good question, but I don't want to negatively impact any of the investigative activity or do anything that's going to impact any of the charges. No, I understand your question, but
he wants to get around that question. I'm pretty sure you guys was probably going to be the father, right? It's got to be the father.
We want to make sure that the victims get the justice they deserve. We want to make sure that our investigation and the activities that we take in connection with that investigation are as complete and efficient as they can possibly be. I don't want to
My head is pounding right now. I took my medicine and started taking my medicine again. My head is pounding.
And that's all I want to say about that. No, anything I would say at this point is speculation. We still have investigation to conduct.
Speculation. Come on, you know he's the father. He's gotta be.
Is that we dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
The other interview said that.
We haven't absolutely confirmed.
When was the last time your department had response?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
When was the last time your department had response?
We have not responded to that location.
No, just a crime like this.
Oh, a crime like this? We haven't had any crimes like this in Tinley Park for forever, really. I mean, the last large event like this would have been Lane Bryant in 2008. We had a homicide a year or so ago, but of this scale, not since Lane Bryant.
What does that do to your team when they come across a scene like this?
Well, they're professionals, and they're going to respond professionally, and they did so. We're extremely proud of our police officers and the way they handled it and the way they responded. This is a tragedy, but we can be encouraged, and our community can be encouraged by the speed,
So this happened.
professionalism, and the efficiency our first response community displayed. It's a credit to this department and to this village.
Tinley Park Police provided an update Monday after a mother and her 3 adult daughters were shot and killed in an apparent domestic dispute on Sunday. According to Tinley Park Village Manager Pat Carr, the shooting was reported about 11:20 a.m. in the 7400 block.
We're very fortunate that we have professionals on retainer that we can bring in
Now
and
the
talk to
other
people that saw a really disturbing scene, and they handled it very well, and they handled it extremely.
The other website said that it was the father. So why are they conflicting it? Why? Why do they not want to tell us if he is the father? That said he even said it from his own words. The suspect said it. I killed him. I don't like this guy.
It's a very, very
this guy. He
requires process that
contradicted himself.
A tremendous focus on detail.
The suspect said it.
Thoroughness, and they handled it admirably, given the circumstances. That's a very good question, and I absolutely don't want to confirm anything like that until we get a final decision, and we'll announce that as soon as we get it. We're not going to confirm anything like that.
I need some ibuprofen. I think I got some in the bathroom.
I don't want to get into the transcript of the 911 call.
Can you talk about the trauma that the first responders may have experienced when they showed up at a scene like this?
Well, the trauma that they experience it's a disturbing scene. It's a tragedy, and certainly
it is a tragedy.
Details of that.
The fuck?
It's troubling to come across that tragic loss of life, and it's troubling to process and gather the evidence. It's not something that you would think people would ordinarily want to do, but it has to be done, and we have to provide
My heart
justice
goes out to the
victims, so we want to make sure
first responders
that they're
because
professional and
they've
as thorough
seen
as
some
they can
horrible
be.
shit.
And then once that's done, then we want to make sure that their mental health is cared for, and we're working very hard to make sure that those resources are available to them today. We have recovered weapon.
See? They have recovered the weapon. What the fuck? This guy is something else, girls, guys. Like he's contradicting his words.
Well, it's a very obvious question, but once again, I don't want to talk about the timing or anything that impacts any of the investigative activity. All of the timing and all of the things that happen within that sphere of
This guy's going around in circles, it seems like. I'm going to speed him up a little. By the way, this is NBC Chicago News. All of the clips I have played are from Chicago, from the news, the loop. So we have that, and we have the disclaimer. And I'm not monetized. What did I do?
As long as we focus on
Let's
being as
do
thorough
that.
and as careful as we can in gathering information, we look to a successful conclusion.
Now, I don't understand how that can happen.
I'm sorry.
How...
It would appear that's the case, but I don't want to confirm anything. We really have to be careful about the way that we disclose information about the investigation.
But the suspect disclosed information now.
I don't want to talk about whether the suspect's cooperating with us or not. Once again, that's prejudicial to the investigation.
Alright, let me touch base on this real quick. Anybody out here who is struggling with domestic violence, okay? I need you to listen to me. And listen to me now. If you don't get out and you don't leave, this is what's going to happen. Two things are going to happen. There's a program out here that will help get you out. There's so many things. I thank God I had my family and my brother-in-law and my stepmom and my mom and a good old friend named Nataki. It saved my life. But there is programs, there's organizations, there's even a place where they help get your pets out. So if you don't have kids, say if you have a pet with him or you have a pet with with your partner and you're being abused, you definitely need to get out because this can happen. It happens every day, domestic violence. They don't get out in time. And what you're scared of, you're either scared of leaving and the after effects of leaving. I was scared too. Took me a while to get back on my feet. Met the man of my dreams. It's all over with. Just, you gotta make that escape plan. And there's a website. I will share it with you after this clip, okay? We're gonna finish this.
We have some people here who can speak to that, and I'll step aside so they can do something. Thank you.
Hi.
I don't like that guy.
Thank you. Sure. My name is Itadel Shalabi, Itedal. Last name is Shalabi, and I'm the co-founder and executive director of Arab American Family Services.
Family Services
Pam
involved.
Kostecki, Kostecki, and I'm the executive director of the Crisis Center for South Suburbia here in Tinley Park. So first, I just wanted to start with what makes it a domestic crime. So that was the question that was asked, and what makes it domestic is when persons within the household lose their lives to someone else in the household. So that's what domestic violence is. When violence occurs inside of a household, whether related or not related to one another, it's the domestic side of it that makes it domestic violence. It's not unusual that these
That doesn't make
situations
sense to me, but
progress.
okay.
If this was in fact
It did,
domestic
but it
violence, it's
didn't.
not unusual for these situations to progress to the point of taking a life. It is when there's a firearm involved, there's a 500% more chance that someone is going to lose their life with domestic violence going on in the home.
Yes.
And I think for myself, as Arab American Family Services, we do know that the family is of Arab descent, of Palestinian descent. They are Muslim. And at this point, this has nothing to do with Islam or any other religion. This is about power and control. This is about gender-based violence. And this is, at this point, for me, in whether it's this case or any other case, is that this is not something that the community condones or the religion condones. And we have been talking and working about domestic violence.
Yeah, it's very rare to see that in that type of, religion.
And we're currently still progressing and working. And so as Pam said, this is about family violence and the power of one person over other family members. And I am really going to respect what the chief of police have said and not disclose any information at this point, because a lot of speculation, a lot of things have been coming back and forth. And out of respect for the family and where we're at, and out of respect for the confidentiality of the family, we're just going to sit here and say that we're here responding to this incident together. As both organizations, we're part of a coalition, the Illinois Domestic Violence Coalition. We're here to say, working together, making sure that our community is safe, making sure that the responders are safe, making sure that internally we answer and support the responders in what they've seen.
Hold on, guys. Could you bring me some ibuprofen? Are you upstairs or downstairs? Upstairs. I think there's some in the bathroom. Please. Doesn't want to shut. Okay. Yeah, so for being Muslim and their religion, they normally don't see that. Domestic violence.
And if anybody out there is experiencing violence in the home, please reach out to us. We have a 24-hour hotline, 708-429-7255. SAFE is the acronym for the last 4 digits of the phone number. So please, please, please reach out and get help before it's too late.
And Urban American Family Services also has a 24-hour hotline crisis, and the phone number is 708-945-7600. And we are bilingual staff, so you will be spoken to in Arabic, and you will be speaking to someone who can help you and assist you. And we are reaching out to the community. If anyone needs to process this, anyone needs any assistance, to please reach out to any organization.
Other country people watchers that watch this,
with the families and the community,
please.
And anyone who needs the assistance.
We're also happy to come and provide education to any organizations or groups that would like further education on the signs of domestic violence and how to get help. Typically, it doesn't happen with no warning. If it's domestic violence, it's building, it's progressing.
Yep.
It starts off with, I mean, like Idadel said, it's all power and control. So it is someone taking power and control over your life. They are forbidding you from seeing other people. They are telling you how to dress. They are beginning with small interventions of physical violence that eventually escalate into taking a life.
So the coercive control is there in any culture, in any religion. It's about the power and control. Absolutely. Yes. So it's little things that you start feeling, well, you can go meet this one, or you can go here, or you can't drive, or you can't do this. And it just keeps escalating until the power and control, when that individual feels
he killed his daughters that were twins and his wife in the suburbs of Chicago.
This is a tragedy for any community, but this is a tragedy
This
for
is the community of Chicago.
domestic violence as much as we need to, and to address it as much as we should. And so we are hoping that we can prevent other incidents from happening if the community also reaches out and starts asking for help.
I also just want to say that we have a really great relationship with both the police department and the village of Tinley Park. They have been incredibly responsive and supportive. We are always, every month we come to police roll calls and we talk to them about how to intervene at domestic violence situations that they get called out to.
Yeah.
And so they
That's
are
great they do
incredibly
that.
supportive and responsive. We just couldn't be more grateful. And unfortunately, tragedies like this can happen a lot of times because people aren't reaching out.
I think for us at Urban American Family Services, we have been going out to police rolls calls, and I think what we would like to do is to continue to do those things. The culture is a little bit different, the understanding of the dynamics is a little bit different, and what we want to do is be able to give the police officers the skills and enhance their understanding of how to work within the community. But if the community members don't reach out, whether they're Arabic, whether they're mainstream, whether they're Latino, if the community isn't able or hindered to reaching out and asking for assistance, then that is something that we also need to continue to do that work in the community itself.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I think you
kill a headache. Took that medicine and it's not settling with me. I don't like them fucking iron pills and I don't like that Zoloft. I don't like it. I don't like it. My head hurts. I feel like I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm.
I think domestic violence is
Y'all.
an issue that a lot of communities don't know how to address. It's a family.
They don't. We have that up here too. A lot of the police up here don't know how to handle domestic violence.
But the way we would love to build, as Arab American Family Services, the way we would love to build is
It's just, it's crazy, you guys.
educate the police officers of what to expect, of who to reach out for. So a lot of times it's shame. It's shame in any culture. You know, it's people feel
They
shame.
don't
That's
see
why
it
they don't
though
come forward.
in that culture.
They're afraid to say that, you know, someone who I love is hurting me. It's shame, and also for us, it's immigration. For us, it's also the language is a barrier. For us, it's also I don't want to leave the situation. I just want my partner to get the help. So there's a lot of dynamics. But to assess a situation of what's going to become a violent one and what's not going to become a violent one, we have to be able to be working with that family. And both organizations, we all know our advocates work with victims, making sure that they have a safety plan. What do you do? How do you de-escalate a situation? Where do you reach out for help? What are the signs of,
And there's
someone
places.
becoming more aggressive and more violent, and how do you recognize those
There's
signs?
a
And so
lot more
our advocates who
places
are
that
also
do
bilingual
that
ensure that all of our victims- all
know
of
how
our
to
women who
handle
come to us, all of clients with domestic violence know
DV.
those things
DV
and
is
know what to do and not to
not
do.
talked about hardly ever anymore. People are frowned upon about talking about it, and if we don't start speaking up, you're not going to get help. You're going to end up like,
We haven't scheduled anything today.
if you don't get out, you're not.
Another release to let you know that, so we'll provide any updates via email or
There's
press release on
plans.
that.
I was reading on a website. There's plans. Hold on. I'm gonna pull that article up. I'm gonna pull this website up really quick. It's that's sad. That's very sad that. And this happened again, you guys, in Chicago. This came from Fox 32. I don't know what I would do, but oh God. Bullhorn Betty and shit. I can't, won't let me.
I hope you like it.
Right there, white truck, and I guess the red Subaru.
I knew it.
The last house. Which house? The first house. That white truck right there?
Yeah.
Fucking Molly. I don't like her anymore because she told me when my stepmom was dying, she said something about smiley faces and
Isn't it? You're talking about the F-150? Oh, I see it. Come on, skip. All right, thank you. Thank you, Dudley. Go. All right, thank you.
Okay, let me look this up real quick. I'm just sad that DV's not talked about, and that came from Fox 32. I don't understand why they don't want to say he's the father, because the suspect already said he was the father. So why in the world would, matter of fact, I saved it, so let me go back here. Because he said, in his own words,
when the officer directed other responding officers to check the basement, the defendant stated, quote, "They're all gone."
Dramatic new details revealed by prosecutors today as they file murder charges against the Tinley Park man accused of shooting his wife and 3 daughters.
Dane Placco reports on Meyer Kassem's bizarre explanation for the murder of his family.
he says,
The defendant called 911 dispatch for the Tinley Park Police Department and reported that his wife had been shot.
Prosecutors read a lengthy and bone-chilling description of the murders in court, but 63-year-old Maher Kassim showed no emotion as he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder for executing his
I'm
wife
writing this
and
down.
3
I'm writing
adult
some notes
daughters.
down.
They revealed the couple's
See?
19-year-old son was also...
The 19-year-old son was also there. So, this is coming from... Whoa, let's back that train up a minute.
lengthy and bone-chilling description of the murders in court, but 63-year-old Maher Kassim showed no emotion as he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder for executing his wife and 3 adult daughters. They revealed the couple's 19-year-old son was also in the house and woke up Sunday morning to hear his parents and sisters arguing in the basement downstairs.
Oh my God.
Continuing argument between the defendant and the victims, and then witness one heard gunshots.
They say Kassim used 2 guns to fire a total of 17 shots in a matter of seconds. His wife, 59-year-old Maheda, was shot 7 times. His 25-year-old twin daughters, Halema and Zahia, and 24-year-old daughter, Hanan, were also shot multiple times.
Multiple times.
The officer asked the defendant who else was there, and the defendant stated, quote, "They're gone."
With police body cams rolling, prosecutors say Kassim offered a twisted explanation.
He left the brothers, he left the son alive?
For killing his family.
The defendant was reported volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years, quote, and, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home, and they treat me like a dog," unquote.
Kassim's public defender asked for him to be released on home monitoring, but the judge ordered him held behind bars, calling Kassim, quote, "a real and present threat to the safety of the community." He'll be back in court on February 16th. In Bridgeview, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
I cannot believe that. Okay, this is the national...
What do you do if your dog or puppy is choking on something? In this video, we're going to tell you all about it. All right, first off, what could your dog or puppy be choking on? They could be choking on their kibble, a treat you gave them, whether it's raw food or dry food.
Okay, that's the national one. We need... Maybe it's not in here. Okay, so maybe it's not there. It's not there. Alright, let me check this other place. That was Opera. Let me check Chrome. Because I usually save that. And I'm thinking that one is in this one, but I'm not 100% sure. So let me just look here. Okay, so that's not it. So it's not in my Chrome. Oh shit. Maybe it's in my Opera. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'll find it. Got it. I got it, y'all. Okay, let's go over this real quick. So, if there's anybody out here that's struggling with DV, I do want to talk about this real quick. Identifying the abuse. Recognizing abuse is the first step. So if you have somebody out there, or if you have a friend, please pay attention. Look out for different signs. There's warning signs of abuse. In this case, we don't know what the warning signs were. The cops said they'd never been called to that address before. So he's saying they treated him like shit, and that's why he killed him. And about power and control. The cops, and when the press conference they gave, they said power and control. However, on this website, this is National Domestic Violence Hotline. They also have an exit button on the left-hand side here. You press that if you need to hurry up and that's awful close. Hold on, guys. Wherever it was close. Too close. I feel like the old ladies with a butt cushion. Cute little poncho. I know it's cute. Okay, so this is, again, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. But if you click the button, they have new things on here. Hi, thank you everybody for still staying with me. We have all these down here. They have a get help, identifying, you can do plan and safety. If you click on the plan and safety ones, they have instructive safety plan, internet safety, supporting your children, and they even have pet safety. So there is, if you're worried about having a pet and kids, this is the site you need. You need to create a plan too, but you have to want to do it, and you gotta be able to want it, and you can make one. Thank God I didn't have to do that. I just confided in a friend, and she called my mom, and it was over with. I was gone and out of that freedom, and whew. Because I escaped once, got out, but then I went back, and, well, if possible, avoid leaving pets alone with your abusive partner. So it even gives you steps, but you can get help with your pets and leave if you need to. Domestic violence is, a lot of it's happening, like we just saw in this article. He killed his 2 daughters, the wife, but the son, I wonder if the son was hiding, but the son was the 911 call, but they're not going to release that yet. They're not going to release the 911 call. And I just can't believe I haven't seen no YouTubers talking about none of this besides me. I haven't seen this much on the media. I stumbled upon that when I stumbled upon the gunman, and that's when I wrote my case out this morning. Because I've been up since 8 o'clock this morning. I'm going to go into work, and I have a headache. But it's nuts, you guys. To think that he wiped out his entire family, but the son was upstairs because they were in the basement. So he did it in the basement. And the other news channel doesn't want to, like, that guy doesn't make sense. The one that's giving the press conference or the update, he does not make sense about, they don't want to confirm, that they didn't want to confirm about a gun, they didn't want to confirm that, and they did. The weapon was found, so they have the weapon, they have their suspect. Then the guy wanted to be released. The attorney asked for the guy to go on house monitor. He just slayed his entire family, and how do lawyers do that? Like, how do, like, corner to pointer lawyers, like, I don't understand how, like, you can defend such a criminal or even a suspect, you know, like, how could you defend somebody like that? I don't understand it. I'll never understand how. But that's the thing, if DV is not caught in time, this is what happens. And it's so sad that it's happening everywhere we go. Every city has it. But now there's different websites. And I really liked how out of the press conference they did say that the girls that were speaking, they all go to and help train with cops on how to handle DV. I think that should be done in Ohio, locally, your bigger departments, having those come in, like what those the two ladies said, I don't remember their names, but they go in and help teach the cops how to handle that, which is what we need. We need more teaching and how, you know, cops can spot that out, so that way we don't have these reoccurring things. And if women don't start speaking out, or if other partners don't start speaking out, this is what happens. It's sad. So they have that on here. You can call, chat, text. At the bottom of the site, you'll see that. So if you guys need it, anybody out here that is struggling with DV, or if you ever have a story you want to come up and tell, I love that. One of these days I do want to have a panel, but I don't know how to do it from... I don't like using StreamYard. My internet sucks, so it glitches a lot. So I hate using StreamYard. But there's that on here. Let's click this really quick. Warning signs of abuse. Know what to look for, okay, guys? We need to know what we're looking for when we need to spot this. And there can be all kinds of signs. Common signs of abuse and behavior in a partner include, additionally, even one or two of these behaviors in your relationship is a red flag that abuse may be present. So we need to remember these. We need to look out for these, especially if you have friends that are dating or in a new relationship, or it's something with your family and home. There's guidance. You can even reach out to the, you know, your cops, your, you know, somebody. But one of them is telling you that you never do anything right. Oh my God, I heard that with Adam all the time. Showing extreme jealousy of your friends or time spent away from them, preventing or discouraging you from spending time with others, particularly friends, family, or peers. Oh shit. Go back. Jesus. I clicked one button. Pressuring you to have, you know what? Pressuring you to use drugs or alcohol. Intimidating you to go through threatening looks or actions. Insulting you, your parenting, or threatening to harm or take away your children or pets. Intimidating you with weapons like guns, knives, bats, or mace. Intimidating you with those kind of weapons. Destroying your belongings of your home. Oh my God. Adam used to do that to me so much. He would destroy all my stuff. All my stuff. So much stuff he destroyed. So much that I remember he put a hole through my car window once, knifed up my dresser once that my mom paid $3,000 for, a whole bed set from Sash Star, diced it up real good. My computers. He busted one of my laptops, broke it. Oh yeah. So if you have a loved one that is being hostile and destroying stuff like that, that's when you really need to leave. When soon as you need to get out. Remember, no one has experienced this. No one. For any reason. But there's different types of abuse too out there. Like, there's a lot. Could be just physical, but it could be. I always got the physical and the mental, and verbal. But there's physical abuse. Physical abuse is one of the most easiest to identify. Types of abuse involves. Okay, so physical abuse is one of the most easily identified type of abuse. Well, why do we think that is? Because that leaves bruises, it leaves all kinds of stuff, like you can see it. There's no trying to cover up a bruise. It's possible with the right type of makeup if you got all that color correcting, you can make a bruise somewhat too, but covering up the bruises makes it look obvious. So, like, when I always tried, it never worked. You could always tell I was trying to cover something, So physical one is the most. It involves the use of physical violence or threats of it to maintain power over the individual, because this is survivors are afraid to uncertain when more abuse will occur. This will often reinforces the regular use of other more subtle type of abuse. You might experience physical abuse if your partner has repeatedly does any of the following abuse behaviors: emotional abuse, sexual abuse. There's like little arrows I think you can click. Oh yeah, here we go. You might be experiencing physical abuse if your partner has repeatedly does any of these following abusive behaviors: pull your hair, punch, slap, kick, bite, choke, or smother you. Wow. I've had that. That whole top one. And bottom. That's when my blood bustled in my eye. It's because he smothered me. And he tried to strangle me. Yeah. We're not talking about me, though. I want to hear what everybody... It happened to me, but I want to hear everybody else's stories. It's not talked about a lot, but I want to hear other people come forward. But this is just some of the following abusive behaviors you might experience. If you experienced any of these once, I would have left. An older me. Forbid or prevent you from eating or sleeping. Check mark. Use weapons against you, including firearms, knives, bats, or mace. Check mark. Prevent you from contacting emergency services, including medical attention, law, or enforcement. Check mark. Harmed your children or pets. Triple check mark. Drive recklessly or dangerously with you in the car and abandon you in unfamiliar places. Check mark. Trapping you in home or preventing you from leaving. 3 check marks. Throw objects at you. Oh my god, yes. I had a computer mouse thrown at my fucking eye and it hit me right in the fucking eye. Black eye for fucking 2 weeks. Prevent you from taking prescription. Yeah. Check mark. Now there's some for emotional abuse. There's a whole line of them, guys. This website does amazing. Especially if you don't have the physical abuse. They have, on here, they have the emotional. I love how it's done in purple. But, so they have the emotional. Let's see, this one is, the first one we did was physical abuse. Let me uncheck mark that. You got your emotional abuse, which could be calling you names, insulting you, constantly criticizing you. I definitely got, and I do believe I wrote this in my journal, but I know I've been through physical, emotional, sexual, and finance. I'm not sure if I had any of the other digital abuse, but that's digital abuse is another one. I didn't know if that was on here. Stalking. When all occurs, watches you and follows and harasses you repeatedly. But this cyber one, we see a lot of that one. This digital one, I wonder if that is digital abuse is the technology and the internet to bully, harass, stalk, or intimidate, or to control a partner. This is often a form of verbal or emotional abuse conducted online. Wow. And one of the feeds says telling you who you can't or can't follow or be friends with on social media, sending you negative, insulting, or threatening messages or emails. No. Using social media to track your activities, insulting or humiliating you in their post online.
You got the cigarettes in there?
Yeah. You can just take them. There's a lot of them on here. I didn't know that was on here. I just, didn't know. There come, baby.
There you go.
So sending or requesting or pressuring you to send unwanted. Now so this one, so basically with me reading this one is with your partner. This isn't like too much over, cyberbullying others, but using kind of technology. There's a lot of them on here. Creating fake social media profiles and images. Sends message. Wow. So I would say that one with him. But there's a lot of things that we can go through and recognize. But I know we've done this before, but I just don't remember that one. Digital abuse. But there's digital abuse. There's an example. Things to consider when dealing with that one. Stalking. Stalking can look like showing up at your home or workplace unannounced or uninvited. That could be part of cyberbullying, but it's also included in with your partner, or if you have an ex, you're still just, it might not be with your ex, it might not be with that guy, but what if he would come back to do it? I'm wondering, but there's so many guys. Like I said, I'm going to definitely pray tonight. My heart goes out to the Chicago family and the 2 teenagers. I'm glad I got up this morning early. I was dreading getting up early, but we went and I got up early, and that's when I found those out of Chicago. Which Chicago isn't that far away. It's like 6, I don't know. I'm in Ohio, so Chicago's not that far away. But to see those 2 teenager boys leaving and it wasn't just them, they were walking with 6 other students. And they were shot, and nobody else was shot. That's amazingly. And one bullet ricocheted and it hit a lady's coat, but she was unharmed. She had to have no medical attention. If 10 to 15 bullets are flying and only 2, I can't believe only 2. I'm so grateful that it wasn't a big, huge. That's a lot of people in such a crowd, and to hear 10 to 15 shots were fired, and they do have camera footage. They said they have a lot of surveillance that they're going through. But just blocks, like if they were coming out of some kind of school, they'll enter. This happened on Friday in the middle of broad daylight at 12:25. Some said 12:25, some had said 12:30. So middle of the day, coming out of school, you get shot at, and witnesses around are saying it was like firecrackers. They kind of do sound like firecrackers, and it's crazy how they have these detections now. Like they have these big, huge towers that can detect when a shot has been fired, where it's at, located, which that has helped up here in my area. We do have, they're called spot shotters. They work in my area pretty good. We have one, the old man has one right in front of his yard. But like the cop said with the 2 teenagers, there's no motive to it. No motive. Just a heinous gun violence that we just cannot get a hold of. I don't know what needs to change. And I really, really believe and feel in my gut, just guns are getting in the wrong people's hands. that shouldn't have guns. And, you know, I don't know if Chicago has a lot of drugs. I'm guessing everywhere has a lot of drugs and the violence is nuts. But to take it out on two high school kids, 16 and 17, and the one was just about to have a birthday in 2 weeks. He was about to turn 18. I think one of the family members did speak out too. And I just don't want to forget that, you know, this is, it's not something you hear. Like, I haven't heard nobody talking about this, but I see a lot of YouTubers talking about other big crimes. How come this wasn't blasted all over the news? All over YouTube news. Like, why hasn't this been? Because they got the they don't got the suspect. So you'd think you would see this more and more people talking about it. I'm hoping I'll be the first, but we did a lot this morning. I don't know if this has been one of my longest lives, and I haven't had really too many issues, so thank God. All I know is we gotta start doing better. People gotta start. You got beef, handle it with your hands, not weapons. And, you know, get your shit together, you know? I just can't believe this. And then to find out Chicago also, in the quiet suburbs of Tiny Park, little suburb of trailers and houses, or suburb, and it was in the Tiny Park provides update. That happened in Chicago as well, guys. Just kind of giving you a recap of what we talked about. Now, I don't understand the conflicting issues with the press guy and this guy.
My name is Pat Carr. I'm the village manager of Tinley Park.
Tinley Park manager, okay. So,
Go out to the family and the community.
not sure why this guy and the other guy have conflicting
Here with me today,
stories.
Mayor Michael Glotz, Chief Tom Tilton, Emergency Management 911 Director Lisa Cordum, Fire
The
Chief
chief guy.
Steve Glotz, Pam Kostecki, Executive Director of the Crisis Center of South Suburbia,
The chief guy,
and Miss Idadel Shalabi of
I don't
Air Fire
understand how
Family
his
Services.
conflicting shit, because
This is our team.
the suspect
A team that
damn
is
well
committed to
said
help prevent domestic violence against women in the village of Tinley Park.
he was beating, like,
I will now provide a few updates to the
wouldn't
ongoing
say that he was the
investigation.
father
Then turn this over to Mayor
of
Glotz
the
for his comments,
kids.
and we'll circle back with Chief Tilton
The
for any
dad
police
even
related
said
questions.
something
To recap
totally
yesterday's
different from
events,
what this
The
guy is
initial
saying.
911 call came into our dispatch center approximately 11:20 with a person shot.
Nor was the father at all. We're not confirming that pending the charge decision
See?
or any investigative activity. What makes it domestic violence if it's not? Well, like you say, that's a good question, but I don't want to negatively impact any of the investigative
But the suspect already said he was the father. So why is this guy saying not?
No, I understand.
I hear
the
a
question,
chief.
but we're still, once again, we expect to have a firm
Who is this
decision
guy?
later on in the afternoon or further in the week, and we don't want to say anything that
But
prejudices. We want to make sure that
if we go
the
back,
victims get the
guys,
justice they deserve. We want to make sure that our investigation and the activities that we take and
we have
rough and difficult night in the news, and we have yet another
This
tragedy to
news.
report tonight in the southwest suburbs, this time in Tinley Park.
The community
Tinley
is mourning
Park.
the loss of a mother and her 3 adult daughters. Police say they were killed in a domestic incident. Officers found the 4 members of the Kasim family shot to death inside their home Sunday morning. Investigators took 1 man into custody, but are not revealing his relationship to the women.
Developing tonight, our Jermont Terry learned someone else witnessed the murders.
Okay, so we have that. When saying that they don't want to. Okay, but why do we have?
Joe and Erica, sources confirmed a second person was inside the home when those shots went off, killing those 4 women. Now, for the sake of this investigation, we are not revealing that person's relationship to the victims, but this person will be key in getting charges against the person and man police have in custody tonight.
But the suspect said he did it, or said he's the father. This is irking me. Why?
Shines inside, casting a silhouette of a makeshift memorial.
Like one news saying.
Gestures from those who knew the 4 murdered women.
It feels honestly very unreal. It gives me chills.
The January wind gust isn't what's leaving her shaking.
I'm gonna smoke this, and I gotta head out, guys.
Can't imagine that her friend Halima's twin Zahaya, sister Hanan, and mother Mahida were killed.
I just can't believe something so terrible happened inside those
Now,
walls.
let me go.
Received a 911 call from inside the house.
Inside the house came from a 911 call. So the son called.
Discovered a gruesome scene. The 53-year-old mother.
This guy right here.
When the officer directed other responding officers to check the basement, the defendant stated, quote, "They're all gone."
Dramatic new detail revealed by prosecutors today as they file murder charges against the Tinley Park man accused of shooting his wife and 3 daughters.
Dane Plaka reports on Meyer Kasem's bizarre explanation for the murder of his family.
The defendant called 911 dispatch for the Tinley Park Police Department and reported that his wife had been shot.
Prosecutors read a lengthy and bone-chilling description of the murders in court, but 63-year-old Maher Kassem showed no emotion as he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder for executing his wife and 3 adult daughters.
See?
They revealed the couple's 19-year-old son was also in the house and woke up Sunday morning to hear his parents and sisters arguing in the basement.
So they were arguing in the basement. He woke up to it. The dad called 911, said his wife's been shot. So he is the wife. Maybe they were getting a divorce. And he states, we'll just keep listening, guys. Disclaimer.
Argument between the defendant and the victims, and then witness 1 heard gunshots.
They say Kassem used 2 guns to fire a total of 17 shots in a matter of seconds. His
17
wife, 59-year-old
shots.
Maheda, was shot 7 times. His 25-year-old twin daughters, Halema and Zahia, and 24-year-old daughter, Hanan, were also shot multiple times. When police arrived at the family's home,
The officer asked the defendant who else was there, and the defendant stated, quote, "They're gone."
with police body cams rolling, prosecutors say Kassem offered a twisted explanation for killing his family.
The defendant was reported volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years," unquote. And, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home, and they treat me like a dog," unquote.
Kassem's public defender asked for him to be released on home monitoring, but the judge ordered him held behind bars, calling Kassem, quote, "a real and present threat to the safety of the community."
Right.
Back in court on February 16th. In Bridgeville,
February
Dane Plaka,
16th.
Fox 32 Chicago.
Isn't that a day after Valentine's Day? Oh my God. So, what do we got, guys? We do have conflicting, I don't know if it's the news. You guys think it's just the news, or you think the suspect's just talking out of his ass? He's been saying this much. Why else wouldn't we take his word? Or, that he was the father, she's the wife. The son woke up to them screaming in the basement. So we know that. I don't know, it's just not adding up. It's not adding up. Not adding up. Now, we go back to...
At FanDuel, we speak hockey. That's why we give you more ways to bet on the NHL. Whether you want to bet on a clapper to light the lamp,
I'm freaking fracking shocked.
She was really kind-hearted and bright. I knew her before pharmacy school. She was really driven.
Friends gathered at the scene of the crime to remember 4 women who were shot to death yesterday in Tinley Park in what police are calling a brutal act of domestic violence.
Now, charges are pending against the suspect, who sources say is the husband and father of the victims.
See?
Dave Placco has the latest on the investigation for Tinley Park.
Now, why are they covering that up?
And a stark reminder of how quickly domestic violence can escalate.
Tinley Park police continue to investigate what triggered a man to murder his wife and 3 daughters on a quiet Sunday morning on a quiet residential street.
I want to make sure that that the victims get the justice they deserve. We want to make sure that our investigation and the activities that we take in connection with that investigation are as complete and efficient as they can possibly be.
What was your reaction when you heard about this?
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
Today, friends of the victims gathered at the crime scene, placing flowers in front of the police tape surrounding the home. Most are students who went to pharmacy school at Chicago State University with 25-year-old Halima Kassim. Police also found the bodies of her twin sister, Zania, their 24-year-old sister, Hanan, and their mother, 59-year-old Maheda Kassim.
It feels honestly very unreal. It gives me chills. You know, it's
We're
freezing out
going
here,
to pharmaceutical.
I just can't believe something so terrible happened inside those walls.
The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office says all 4 women were shot multiple times, and police here have recovered the gun that was used. As for the motive,
If this was, in fact, domestic violence, it's not unusual for these situations to progress to the point of taking a life.
advocates for domestic violence victims say it's likely the killer had a history of using violence and authority to exert his will over other members of the family.
We do know that the family is of Arab descent, of Palestinian descent. They are Muslim. And at this point, this has nothing to do with Islam or any other religion. This is about power and control. This is about gender-based violence.
Police say they're not aware of any warning signs. They had never been called to the
Exactly.
home before. In Tinley Park, Dave Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
So, I don't know, guys. I don't know, but I'm going to leave you out with that one. We're going to have to cover that later. We're going to have to deep dive that or something, because there's conflicting issues. The one people say they don't want to announce it, but we all damn well know he's the gosh dang father, and he slayed his whole damn family. But they have no motive. Power and control. So they did say 911 call. I thought there was 2 911 calls. We're gonna have to go back to that, because I could have swore the dad had called and said his wife has been shot, and then the son had called in saying that he had heard screaming, and his mom and dad fighting, and he had just woke up. So why are they only saying 1 911 call if there was 2? So what's going on with Chicago right there, I don't know, but there's been a lot of stuff that's happening in Chicago, and that's not too far away. That's in the world of closeness. Everybody focuses out, elsewhere, instead of some crime that happens right in the backyards of, it's just nuts. I don't know how he could. Oh God, them girls were beautiful. The one daughter was actually a 25-year-old, worked in pharmaceuticals, so she was the girl that was speaking was a friend of the pharmaceutical. They went to school together. You gotta be very smart for pharmaceuticals. I mean, they do some years in college, I do believe. Hi, Sonny Sun. Come on, hurry. Hi. That's my cat. That's Sonny Sunshine Midnight. Midnight. What have you been doing? Come say hi. Come here. Anywho, why would they lie about that? Or why is, the suspect saying, oh God, nope, you out. Out, baby boy. Oh, I know, but I got Midnight in here. This isn't going to work. You two don't get along, remember? Say hi. Hi. What you doing, Grumpy? What you doing, Grumpy? Huh? You outside? What's it doing outside? Raining? Is it raining outside? No bite. Yeah. I don't like you being in here. It's smoky. You guys, this is Scooby. This is Scooby. Scooby. Scooby likes to be a little biteful little asshole. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. No bite. I don't want kisses. Be good boy. Yeah, bless you. You don't like to smoke. Ew, you got eye boogers everywhere. Let me get it. I don't know why these dogs get the eye boogers, but they do so bad. Let me get it. Thank you. Let me get that one. Yuck. Scuba? You got eye boogers. Yep, so he's a blue tick hound, and cat's right here. It's okay, Mitter. Scooby likes the cat, it's just Mitty does not like Scuba. Scuba! Hey, no bite. Midnight will fuck you up. You hurt his mommy. Don't. I like to press his buttons a little. Mommy's got something in her eye. It's probably your burgers. Look, you cannot fit with me in this chair, dude. That feel good? Yeah? Scratch your belly? Oh, don't start that shit again. I love you too. I was trying to spend time with school or Midnight. Oh, Mitter. Alright, Scooby, go on. Oh, Mitter. Midnight. 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 What? Huh? Why are you being a stinker? I know you don't like him. I know. I know you don't. You gotta be nice. It's midnight, y'all. Sorry if y'all's on your butt. And then the bearded dragon is downstairs because we smoke upstairs. We usually smoke in my makeup room or in that room. Only because it's ventilated. Got my windows open. The bathroom we don't because we keep our towels, and bearded dragon gets a bath, and I don't want nicotine. Yeah, so don't ask me. I just do what the husband asks. So I don't smoke downstairs because we don't want a house smell like it too bad downstairs. But all right, yeah. Peace out, chicken and grease. Just kidding. I gotta go to work. So I love y'all. Thank you so much for every single one of you for being here. Pink Fan was my girl. She came in like a champ. There she is. I see her. Pink Fan came in like a champ, and she took out the fucking trolls. Boy, did I have some trolls today. And I don't know what the world they were saying, but I had some trolls, so that was fun. And, you know, my girl Pink Fan, I warned them. Look, I told them straight up, like, none of that, none of this. I don't know, you know, who you are, and, you know, we're true crime, and we do this, we do this, we do that. That's all what it is. So, there's a video I kind of want to watch. I think it's got Whistle Down or something. Headstone's posted something. I kind of want to see it. Alright, you gotta go out there and get attacked. Alright, love you guys. Peace out.